2, 1. Hey everybody! Welcome to the first Blackfield podcast thing, beta version 1.
BlockTalk.
It's not BlockTalk. So, hey, we got some people from Blackville. You know me, I'm crusty, but the other voices in the call should probably say who they are.
Well, I'm Axe, or Axette, or Axette Gaming, and yeah, that's me.
All right, well,
I do
who's
videos.
next?
I'm JCap.
And the last one.
No, guys, I'm JCap. If you don't know me, I'm JCap Gaming on YouTube, stuff like that.
He also makes videos.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common. We're really
It's
compatible.
almost like everyone on Blackville makes videos.
What? Are you sure?
Wait, who's that other person in here?
Me.
Wow, sound more enthusiastic, Aurora. Jeez. Aurora sounds incredibly psyched.
Aurora.
She does, doesn't she? She's like, all right. I mean, if you really need me to talk. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna talk for like, I don't know, 30 minutes.
We're gonna discuss
I hope you guys are
life
cool
and
with
all
that.
the important things, and we're gonna talk about nothing.
And we're not gonna swear, hopefully.
I'm trying, man. I'm gonna try.
We were talking before we started this, and every time someone swears, I have to go in and edit it out. And I don't like doing that because it takes a lot of time.
Make a swear jar.
We're gonna make a swear jar. So every time JCap and Axe,
It's gonna be me. I just know it is.
I'm assuming Aurora's not gonna swear because she's just like, I don't care.
I don't really swear that much.
She's just like, I mean, like,
Unless-
if you really want me to podcast with you,
I guess.
uh,
I used to be like really goody two shoes about it, and then I like just discovered swearing. No, it was like way before double, but then like I just discovered swearing, and I kind of like overdosed, and then yeah, not even kidding.
Swearing overdose.
Yeah, dude,
My name's Axe. Hi.
What is
How
that
does that
supposed
just even
to be?
happen?
I don't know. Like, I guess it was just like held back for so long that when I discovered it, it was just like insides wanted to come out, man.
That sounds so wrong.
The 5-minute solid beep. Just beep.
Are you done? I'm sorry.
And then the beeping stops just to hear him inhale, and then it starts again.
He's like, beep. I can't do that again. That actually hurt my voice a little bit. Anyway, so, podcast. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is about as
This is
planned out as
professionalism.
we ever do anything. Like,
yeah.
like this is us, like being us.
You're not getting a super video version. You're getting the real raw deal right now.
And sometimes that is not worth it. Trust
it's
me.
not what
But,
you want.
you know, I'm just I'm excited. I'm
You're excited.
I'm
Really?
like,
You really
See, this is why I recommended that we had a topic.
oh yeah. Okay. I keep making gross noises when I record things. Oh God, I was
Disgusting.
doing something with Jevin a while ago.
Okay.
We did like survival games or something.
Oh yeah.
And I had to cough, but like I was like letting it go, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And like the phlegm started building up in my throat.
Thank
and
you
I'm
for
talking,
sharing.
and then like my voice just like disappeared for a second, and then like just all of a sudden I'm like, "Ah!" And Jeff's like, oh my God, dude, that was disgusting. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
I'm so sorry, Jevin.
Like, it was one of those things where, like, if you're talking a lot and you want to just finish your statement and you don't want to breathe, so you keep, like, talking and talking and talking, and then, like, all of a sudden you're, like, at the end and you're like, oh my God, I did that. People are like,
Yeehaw!
maybe you should pause for a little breather. Just saying. But yeah, no, it was exactly like that. It felt so bad. I censored it in my video. He didn't in
You
his.
censored it.
I did. It
You
was really
censored
nasty.
Oh, that's gross. Alright,
It sounded
so...
like I hacked up a lug. That's gross.
Ew. Thank you for sharing, Krusty.
Aw.
Oh. So, what do we got for topics?
Well,
Or what are we discussing?
I have written down on this notepad intro. And that's it.
That's it.
That's all I
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Josh, and welcome back to another Blockville crap chat blog thing.
Vlog.
Nice try, but no.
That was a
Thank
good
you.
attempt, but we're gonna keep trying.
All right, take
Okay.
two. Ready, go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Josh, and welcome back to another Blockville... What are we calling it? Podcast, there we go.
BlockTalk.
Block Talk.
No, it's not.
It's gonna stick now, Krusty. I don't think you
I
understand.
like it.
The wheels are in motion.
gonna stick like an.
Krusty just shutting down all the problems and ideas here. It's like, nope, Block Talk just sounds bad.
No, anything that's not on the notepad is not gonna get talked
I don't
about.
see your notepad.
All it says
So
is
only intro, okay.
full of darkness and redness and white. What?
What?
Oh,
So-
that was a Tobuscus reference because I actually.
Darkness and redness and whiteness.
I don't really watch Tobuscus. Like,
I
not that
do.
I dislike him, I just, like, don't watch him.
Eh,
If that makes sense.
there's a topic. All right.
You're neutral towards.
Yeah,
Tobuscus.
like, I appreciate what he does, and I respect what he does, I just don't watch him.
It's like, I mean, like, I like you, dude, but
I just-
I'm kind of the same way with Freddie Wong. Like, I like his videos. It's just I'm like,
Oh, we know.
whatever.
Is that why you didn't watch his video?
Pretty
No,
long got a new video
it's just
up.
like I don't know. It's just something I don't really.
You just
get
don't
into
you
that
just
much?
don't get into it. There's that, like, inner feeling inside
Yeah.
of you that, like, this just isn't for me. I know it's good, but I just don't feel it.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's me with Fallout. Just gonna throw
Okay.
that out there.
Fallout is way better than the Elder Scrolls
Okay.
games.
I get into Elder Scrolls more than I do Fallout.
I like. Okay, I like both. I'm not gonna say I dislike the Elder Scroll games.
No,
Skyrim was a little, but
Yeah.
for those of you guys who don't know, there was a game before Skyrim called Oblivion.
I love
That was the
Oblivion.
best game ever.
Yeah,
Just
Oblivion
saying.
was awesome.
Skyrim really did not.
Meet your standards.
It didn't meet what it should have, and I'm afraid that Fallout 4, because Fallout 4 apparently is either going to get more press coming fourth quarter this year, or it's going to be released fourth quarter this year. No one's really said, but something's apparently happening fourth quarter this year with it. I'm afraid that it's not going to live up to Fallout 3 in New Vegas. There's almost no way.
Yeah, see, when I played Fallout 3, and I never played New Vegas because, like, Fallout 3, but I did play all, like, through Fallout 3 and stuff. And, like, for me, I knew it was cool, and I liked the environment, I liked the stuff, but there was this part of it that, like, I just could not get into it. I couldn't get into the world, I couldn't get into the story. Elder
With Fallout
Scrolls...
3, it was the iron sights. Oh my god, that annoyed me. Why is it on the side? I don't aim
know.
my gun on the side. I put it up to my face. Because
No, man, but,
I can't
like...
shoot off the side.
I don't know, like, to me, I get into more fantasy games. Like, if it's sword and shield and, you know, like, that type of world, I get into that. So, like, when I play Elder Scrolls, it's like my imaginary playground from when I was a kid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, as a kid, you know, everyone's playing outside, you know, like, fun together, and you're, like, imagining stuff. Like, that's basically its real-life version for me.
Okay.
And it's fun, so...
Be honest. How many of you guys here, when you were a kid, put your bed sheet around your neck and pretended it was a cape at night?
I never did that.
Really?
I never did that either.
I did. I thought I was a superhero.
That's pretty cool.
It
That's
was
cute.
awesome. And I'll admit it, I don't care.
Yeah, that's good for you.
I'm
man.
old, so but yeah,
Just
no, like legit. That was the coolest thing about bedtime. You could like pretend you were anything.
Krusty,
No,
you're
no,
like
no.
10 years older than
I'm a
me.
superhero.
No, exactly, and you hit a
You're
point
13.
like
No, I'm not 13. I'm 16. But
Whoa.
You're
Okay.
26. When did Krusty become 26?
I'd be old then, dude.
Yeah, you'd be
No
like-
offense, Aurora. Aurora's older than me.
Oh, okay.
I'm older than Jevin.
She is older than Jevin.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Well, that just makes you ancient.
I don't even know how old Jeff is. I just wanted to make some.
25.
I just wanted to make like a, I don't know, just like a solid comment. Just like, wow.
That was
Yeah.
good
I don't
job.
know,
good for you.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I'm just standing my ground.
Axe, man, you just God, that was
That was just motivational.
that was almost as inspirational as Team Fortress Friday.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Like I've seen every one of those. I've seen the motivation one, which I came up with.
Yeah, that was you.
I've seen the one about your friends moving away. I've seen all that.
You've seen
but
all them.
that comment right there, that topped them all.
That
It's
just topped every
so
video
poignant,
ever.
so awesome.
You're old. Motivation at its finest.
Motivational. Axe, the psychiatrist. You're old.
just really old.
Patient. Still charge you for the whole hour.
Well, yeah. That's me.
I can see that.
I could pull that off.
Oh,
Life.
oh Lord. All right.
All right.
Now what?
So I just talked about my Elder Scrolls, fetish. I don't know.
That's a strange word to use.
I know. I was drawing a blank. I'm like,
What's going on at Axe's house? I don't know. Really?
oh man, Skyrim's just awesome. I like it. It's cool.
It's not a bad game by any
No.
means, but it doesn't live up to Oblivion for sure.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and that was the whole reason behind me like wanting to get Skyrim and get a new PC, like cause I wanted to play Oblivion, and I love Oblivion. It just something about Elder Scrolls perks my personal interest more than Fallout ever could.
I just
Both
have
are
a
great
problem
games.
with it now because it's getting more and more linear.
Yeah.
Like Morrowind was insane. Holy cow. I don't know if you've ever played that one, but like there's no map markers. There's you have to actually figure that stuff out. But like Oblivion, they added map markers, which wasn't a big deal because you could still kind of just do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And then there's Skyrim where it's like
You can
you can kind of do what you want, but you still have to do a certain amount of the main quest regardless.
Yeah, there's like
Like-
a required amount of
Like,
the nice thing about Oblivion that some people didn't like, but I did, was that they just throw you an Imperial city and they're just like, okay. Like the
Yo,
only
swag.
knowledge you have is like you can go find this guy if you want. That's the
Yeah, like-
only thing you know in Oblivion. Whereas
As
like
soon as you get
Skyrim,
out of that sewer, it's like you do whatever
yeah,
you want.
you're like,
but
where
Skyrim,
am
like,
I? What do I do?
You leave, and then it's like, well, you can kind of explore, but then you'll find these dragon things that you can't do anything with.
Yeah, that's like the one thing about Skyrim that I thought was good for new players, but as like somebody who knew how to play the game, I wasn't as into, was that like I guess it's a good feature overall, but like when you start the game, it basically guides you to Riverwood. Like you can go anywhere, but you're basically on a road to Rivenwood. That the initial like little small town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you get out of the prison, and then it's like, you follow the guy. And he's like, oh, follow me. And if you follow the road, you're going to end up there. And I thought that was, like, a nice feature for new players. Because, again, like, Oblivion, you're just out of a sewer, and you turn around, you're like, there's a capital behind me. And it's like, you know, there's no, like, path to it. Like, you have to just walk there. And, like, to me, I was like, oh, this is nice to point new players in the right direction. But, like, in some ways, to me, it kind of took away from, like, the where am I, what am I doing?
Well, I mean, it was good for new players, but I think
Yeah.
it was more insulting towards veteran players
A
who
bit.
had played through
Yeah.
Morrowind and played through Oblivion. It's like, I mean, like, I kind of bought this so I could just go and do whatever I want, not
Yeah.
go to Riverwood
Yeah, that's how it's
every single time.
Yeah, and like I feel like in Skyrim they tried to make it much more beginner like
Friendly.
yeah, because you have a lot of times where just missions will pop out at you like on the path that they've directed, and it almost makes you not want to stray from it, if that makes, that sounds right.
It's actually part of the problem I have with Fallout New Vegas.
It's just too linear.
Well, the whole first part of the game is you have to go around a certain way to get to New Vegas. If you go north, you get killed by Cazadors, which are insanely power. And then if you go across and try to cut across to save some time, there's death claws over there. So it's like, unless you go the certain path they set for you, you're screwed. And I don't know, that's just not cool. I don't know. I like it when games that are like that are more open,
Yeah. It makes you kind of feel like, at least from the way you described it, like you can't go those other ways.
No,
like, you just can't, and in other open world, like Oblivion, you felt like you could go anywhere at any time, right, and be safe. And like,
not safe,
but you wouldn't just be instantly slaughtered the minute you entered Bravil. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go just about anywhere, and if you were smart, stay alive. But like games where it's just like you cannot go here until later on, like that to me, it's kind of like that's just too direct.
Well, I mean, if you really tried, you could actually get through it. But like,
yeah, it's like the difficulty level is far greater than the new player can handle.
It's with the amount of ammo you start out with and the amount of supplies. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like really big into like Wasteland, Nuclear Apocalypse, and guns. I think are cool, but I just like don't have that like motive for. I don't know.
I'm really partial to them just because that was what I started my channel with.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No, like it's a good game. Like they're good games. Yeah. I just I don't know. I never get into the character, I guess.
Hey Axe. I think the rest of the guys died.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
I'm right here, bro. I just have never played Oblivion.
What?
What?
Really?
What?
Really?
I played Oblivion.
So your first Elder Scrolls game was Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Oh god, you're missing out, dude.
Oblivion was good.
Oblivion was way better. It's got a higher difficulty curve, but it's
fun.
I mean, like, I think Aurora could probably say, like, it's just more. I don't know. What do you think, Aurora? Which one's better?
Well, I liked Oblivion. I mean, I play it a lot, but I found that it was a lot glitchier.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the quests were harder to follow because at the time it came out, there wasn't really a wiki or anything for it.
True.
Yeah. They had to do even like an unofficial patch just to like fix a lot of the bugs.
They did that with Fallout too, like all of them. And I think they did it with Skyrim too.
There's one.
So
but
some of the quests I kind of just gave up on because I couldn't figure it out. But when Skyrim came out, I was pretty much addicted to that for 3 months straight.
Yep.
Have you gone back and played it since?
No, I play Minecraft now.
Skyrim.
I don't know. Like Oblivion was one that I'd go and play, and I'd play it all the way through, and I'd play the hell out of it, and then I would kind of leave it alone for a couple months, and then I'd come back to it again because it's like, well, I could do this differently. But Skyrim,
that's where
I haven't gone back to it. Like I played through it once, and it's like I've tried doing it a couple times for my channel, and it's like every time it's just like, I mean, I don't really care. Like I mean, once you go through the main quest, it's like, well, now what?
See, I'm getting the most replay value out of Skyrim than I think I have almost any game. Well, that's okay. That's a bit of a broad statement, but in the sense of like a large game like that with a really in-depth story, something about it just makes me want to come back and be like, well, this time I'll make an archery class, or like this time I'll be like this, and it's so easy for me to develop a character in that game, and like if I was to be stranded on a desert island with no Wi-Fi, so it's a non-multiplayer game, I would bring Skyrim because I feel like I would get enough replay value out of that if you had like one game you could bring.
I'd only bring Oblivion.
Well, no, Oblivion's still good, you know.
I think it's one of those games that actually has a replay value where Skyrim to me just there's something about it. I can't put my finger on it, but like it just seems way too linear for an Elder Scrolls game for me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, I can respect. You know, it's not bad to say that. You know. How dare you have an opinion?
No way. Well,
this is the internet.
YouTube.
Yeah.
This is YouTube, so careful with that one.
That's true.
You
I
have
know.
an
I
opinion?
know. I appreciated the voice acting and the graphics more than I did Oblivion.
Yeah, Skyrim's graphics
That I can
and
agree with, yeah.
they added a lot of little things that I thought were cool, like dialogue. And you don't just zoom in on the face.
Oh my-
It's like, "Hi, how are you? I'm a hideous beast."
And they had more than 3 voice actors. That was cool too.
I know, like there's a
My
guy that
God.
voices like Redguard people, and then they're like voicing like wood elves, and you're like, what?
Like the orcs all sounded the same. It's like, could you guys not, spend an extra $50 and get another guy?
couldn't
in to
just
say
ask
lines,
like
or-
couldn't just ask your brother-in-law to like maybe read a few lines into a microphone. Just go.
my- Oh god, there was a mod for Oblivion that added children to it, but the children didn't have their own voices, so they just took the original files, and sped them up a little bit, or like pitched them higher or something. So like they basically sound like a Redguard, like an older Redguard man, but with a higher pitched voice, and it's like, the kid's messed up. What's wrong with his voice? Why has he got a man voice? That's not normal.
Elder Scrolls puberty is like really, really, really low.
He goes, well,
How's it go? No, that's too high.
welcome to my shop. You can have some weapons, armor. Oh god.
I don't know how you don't know how many times though. Like this is gonna make me sound like a terrible person, but I'm just gonna go with it. In Skyrim, you don't know how many times I wanted
massacred a whole
to no, how many times I wanted to backhand a small child in that game.
Oh my god.
Like in the
Okay.
game, like not like, and you know what I mean, like the kids in the game, because
Oh,
they're
wait,
all smartasses.
Legit
Every
Legit?
single kid is just like whiny and like
and annoying.
yeah,
like
and
the
he has
ones
a.
in,
He feels he's
White
in,
Run, is it?
yeah, I was ready to like murder that kid, and then I'm like, "Don't do it, man! Don't do it!" And then he pushed me wrong, and I'm just like, "That's it!" And I like attacked him, and everyone killed me.
Did you install the mod that allows you to kill children?
Oh my
No,
god. that-
my friend did the first day he got it.
Oh,
he just
like-
said he killed every child. In the
that
game.
was one of the very first mods that came out. Like, no joke. Like, I was watching the Nexus like a day after I got Skyrim, and that's when it came out because they were so annoying.
I just
Like, people were just like, these kids.
I want to kill them.
Why can't I kill them? And someone's like, dude, I got this. Don't worry. Like
got the
that
mod.
I don't care how many mods I have on there, that's always on for me.
I'll say
I
that
could have
too.
16 mods and I still have killable children.
Something
Just
that
because it's like, oh, skeever hole of a city, sweet roll, stab, you're dead. What
Shut
up?
up.
Bye. Done. I'm not dealing with you and your little smart mouth. Your dad needs to like spank you, but apparently that's not allowed either because you're invincible. So I'm just gonna shoot you in the head with an arrow. And
Get
I
it
mean,
done.
sounds a little more violent.
That sounded quite
little.
violent.
Well, I mean, they're annoying.
No, they are. I will say that I'm so glad I got Skyrim on PC
Yes.
instead of console, because I feel like it's wasted on console. Not wasted. Okay, it's diminished.
It's because they don't have mod support on consoles. If they did, it wouldn't be as bad. But like with Oblivion, first I got it on the PlayStation,
Yeah.
and it was fine. It was fun, and then I saw there were mods, and I'm like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Like, vanilla's fine. But once you start throwing mods in there, that's your own playground. You can do whatever
Exactly.
you want.
I don't know. They can't change the game too much, though, for me.
With Oblivion, I modded the crap out of that because it was just like, it's like, oh, you can have this, which is a new set of armor and weapons. You can have this, which is a whole new quest line that's actually fully voiced by the community and stuff like this. And it's like, it's amazing to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that draws me to those games because you can just kind of add whatever you want, you know?
Yeah.
And not many games do that anymore. Minecraft, actually, when I first started playing Minecraft, they didn't have that many mods, or they weren't very well implemented. Not really sure which, because I know, like, trying to install, like, a mini-map was insane.
Yeah.
It took, like, so much doing, and it's like, it's not even worth it. But now it's like, it's become so streamlined with Minecraft that it's like, just instantly, it's like, oh, you need 700 mods installed? Here's a launcher for that. It's like, oh, okay. But, like, before, it was a pain. Like, before Tekkit, I remember those days. Those were long ago days.
They were good days, though.
I don't know. I like mods. Like,
No, I like mods. I like installing mods. I don't like all these automatic things. I liked having, like, oh, you can't install a mod, you're stupid. But now it's, oh, you can install a mod?
thing?
Let's go to skydaz.com and let's just download an installer, or, oh,
This is an elitist thing for you. You like
Yeah.
want to be able to like have power over others and be like,
you
I
can't
can install
a
mod.
You're dumb. It's like, whoa, dude.
that's what it was for me.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
I was like I was the mod genius. Like, people would come to me like, JCap, can you install this mod for me? I'm confused. I'm like, bro, swerve, turn around, send me your Minecraft, I'll get this done with you. I'd also steal, no, I'm kidding.
I'll steal your password and your username.
And your life. Just take
Oh,
it
you
over.
wanted that? Well, too bad. Thanks for the credit card numbers.
I'm gonna
Thanks
need
for the
it.
Minecraft account.
Free Minecraft accounts, man.
But no, like, I love how Minecraft has kind of evolved, especially with, like, it's actually with the Minecraft, the people that are making it. Like, they're making it much more efficient towards plugins and
They're
other mods
implementing
and stuff. Yeah, like,
stuff that
well, I
wasn't
mean, they
mods.
are implementing stuff from mods, but I mean,
In a good
even
way.
with it, like, mods they aren't going to use in the game and turn into vanilla, like, they're still streamlining it, so in a couple days after the next update, I can throw Bucket on a server and I have all my plugins back.
Yep.
Or at least, you know, an outdated version of it, but, you know, it's still better than nothing.
Yeah, they're helping out.
But, like, before, it was like, it was the dark ages. Like, if you had a Bucket server and it updated, it's like,
oh, yeah.
I remember when 1.2.5 went to 1.3.
Oh,
That was the worst day of my life.
ever.
It
That
broke.
was-
That was when I was running Fancraft, and that broke every
Oh.
single plugin on the server and wiped half the permissions. So I had to go in and manually fix everything, and that was horrible. That was like 12 hours of me sitting behind console and doing stuff, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
But now, like, when Minecraft went to 1.4, that wasn't an issue. Like, I had the Krusty Craft server up, and, like, it went to 1.4. I waited a couple days. Bucket came out with a build. I threw it on there, and it was fine. And everything
Yeah,
ran.
they killed everything when it came out. When Minecraft 1.0 came out.
Wait, 1.0?
The full
wait,
game
sorry.
release.
Yeah, when the full game came out, they killed the Bucket code.
Oh, I didn't know there was Bucket that early. That's...
Yeah.
Holy crap.
No, he means like full Minecraft, like out
Yeah,
of data.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
oh,
that
yeah.
came out, they killed the Bucket code. It was completely redone. I believe that's when it was completely redone, where they made a whole new build of it and so much more stable. But it broke every single plugin.
And
Oh.
yeah, it's becoming, and I'm almost assuming that this has a lot to do with Dinnerbone just being there, that it's become very, very smooth now. Instead of breaking every single plugin like it did in 1.3, now it's like, you know, you could probably run Essentials on an updated Minecraft server without any problems. I mean, when
Dinnerbone is doing work.
he is, yeah. When 1.4 came out, I mean, I had 1.3.2 Essentials on there for like 3 weeks because Essentials hadn't updated yet, and it wasn't really a high priority. The only thing that wasn't protected against were wither skeletons or withers, and it was like, well, I mean, as long as you just make it so they can't place wither heads down and spawn, you're fine. So I don't know. I like how much more streamlined Minecraft's becoming. It's kind of cool.
Minecraft itself as a game has changed so much, and I feel like it's hit a point to where it's a creature of evolution, I guess is the way I look at it, in the sense of that if it doesn't continuously evolve, it'll start fading away. That might sound kind of down, because I think Minecraft as it is right now, and even as it was a few versions ago, is so much fun, and there's so much replay value there, and there's so many possibilities, especially with the community, and servers, and mods, and mini-games, and, you know, all of the possibilities that you can do with the game. But I feel...
it's gonna die out eventually.
You know, there's no game that's immortal, you know, and I feel that, you know, now they're at a point where they're adding so much new stuff that it's making it so big, but I'm really wondering when it's going to hit that wall, when it's going to hit that point to where, like, people will still be interested in it forever. This will be one of the, like,
this
classic
is gonna be
games.
Diablo 2 all over again.
Yeah, I mean, this will be regarded as one of, like, the most classic games of, especially this generation.
Of all time.
Yeah, all time as well. Like,
I mean, I can't think of another game that even comes close to it.
Yeah, and
like,
that everyone recognizes, you know, like...
Exactly, yeah.
You know, besides, like, you know, Atari,
Like, I'm going to be
Pac-Man.
40 or so, I'm like, Minecraft is my S word.
Well,
Yeah, like, you know...
there's basically going to be, like... I mean, there's conventions for Minecraft already. Like,
you have channels and, you know, news,
you have
and you have
people
all the
like
records.
Sky Does Minecraft, who's completely based on Minecraft.
Just Minecraft,
Like,
you know?
You could never do that with any other game.
Yeah, you know, nobody makes... well, people for, like, Call of Duty, but they don't... Yeah, Call of Duty, but there
You can't
are many
stick to
Call
one
of
Call of
Duties.
Duty. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can't
I'm
be
saying,
World at War player 901
Yeah, you can't
and
just be
stay
like,
around
yeah.
for 10 years, you know? It's
If
just-
you were still a Call of Duty 4 player, you're done. Like, if that's what you stuck with,
Some people...
nobody cares about that anymore.
I don't know. COD 4 has, like, a nostalgic value that people
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
I
would
mean-
be as interested, but, like... I think
It's-
you might be able to pull off, like, at least halftime COD 4 channel, I think.
No.
I used to
Nowadays.
like Call of Duty, but it's just too repetitive.
I've
well,
already
yeah,
decided that I'm not buying the next one.
I've
Yeah.
been through all of this, and people get so mad when I say that Call of Duty's all the same, but like
It is. There's
to
a
me,
cycle.
to me personally, it is all the same. It's literally just go and shoot.
Everybody migrates to a newer game.
Well, yeah, and when they come out with Call of Duty 5 or whatever's next,
Ghosts.
they're gonna go and buy that.
That looks
They're gonna
so
buy
bad.
so many copies of it, and then they're gonna get there and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, this is the
No.
exact same game as before."
I think it's dying.
But I'll buy the next one.
Like, it's been dying, but I think it's now publicly dying, if that makes sense. Like, there was almost like an underground talk for, like, COD sucks, but I'll buy it anyway. But I think Ghosts is going to put the nail in that coffin, because seeing that, and, like, after Black Ops 2, I'm like, I'm not buying the next Call of Duty. And, like, a year ago, I was like, yeah, I'm not too excited about Black Ops 2, but I'm going to buy it. This year, no. I'm not. Like, Call of Duty's just... I don't know, there's a cycle. There's a cycle. Ever since COD 4, when the new COD comes out, everyone gets hyped, everyone gets excited, they all rush out, buy the game. And initially, you know, there are little tiny problems, but you get past them, you know, kind of play the game. And then, after a while, like, you keep playing, and some people are, you know, kind of exploiting stuff, and people, you know, finding the good weapons, and then they find all the good weapons, and then everything just kind of falls apart. And those little issues that were almost nothing...
And they patch it.
No. Yeah,
No.
they patch it all right. No.
They nerf everything.
They nerf... Yeah, they nerf...
It's like,
or
this sniper rifle's really good. Well, let's take the damage down to nothing, and then
or they
have
do
people
nothing.
not be able to quick scope.
They either overreact or they don't react at all. And it makes it so then you're like, okay, you know, like what do I want to say? Black Ops 2, lag comp. You know, first everyone's like, oh, they'll fix it in the next few days. This game's great. And then you keep playing. You're like, it's still laggy. And it's like, oh, I was behind that wall and they shot me when I was running across the corner a second ago. And, you know, you get to this point to where those little issues become so big. And then come, like, spring, if that's actually a really big, like, exaggeration to it. But, like, come a few months from then, and then everyone's like, this is the worst Call of Duty ever. The one before this was so much better. Why did I ever leave it? And then everyone goes back and plays the old one. And then the new one gets talked about. And then everyone's waiting for that hype. And then the cycle just repeats. You know, like right now, people are going back to Modern Warfare 3 and being like, hey, this isn't so bad. I remember everyone was cussing that game out and talking about how awful it was. And now people are all like, you know, this Modern Warfare 3, I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been like Black Ops 2, which is now, you know, it's just...
Then a year from now, everybody's going to be like, you know what? Ghost is horrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just going to keep repeating until... I think, though, it's starting to wind down. I think the coattails of COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 are finally dying out.
See, they got lucky. That's really what I think it was, because... Yeah. Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that came out at a time when first-person shooters were not all that common, because no one wanted to step outside of that bubble and actually represent a game that depicted real war, because that was kind of, you know, edgy, and it was like, But now every game in the world is doing it, so it's like, well, I could get Call of Duty, or I could get generic first-person shooter 3.
Yeah.
And it's like, well... now that market is so overblown. Like, that would be... And that's actually kind of what happened in the 90s with some of the Final Fantasy type games. Like, you had Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 come out in sequence, like, in, like, 3 years' time, maybe 4.
Those games are so easy to make, too.
Those aren't. No way.
They definitely just take
Final
them
Fantasy?
and they... Yeah, they take the same code probably, and they just
okay, it has the same engine, but like, there's a lot of detail put into those games.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the art. I'm talking the art takes a while, but
well, like, okay, they do obviously have the same assets, but like, you had 7, 8, 9, and 10 with all the same kind of assets, all released one right after another, and that's kind of what killed it. Like, now we're on what, 13 or 14 or who knows what number. Nobody cares anymore because it sucks. And well, they changed it. That's a problem too. But they changed it for the worse. That's part of the problem. But like, whenever you take that game and you keep releasing another one next year so you can make more and more money, then it's like, okay, we'll expand this budget on this game and do more, but it doesn't really add up to much more because people are still reeling off the last game. You know, like Assassin's Creed.
I was just about to say
that's doing horrible now because it went Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed this. It's like every single year they put out a new one, and it's like,
I was just stop. Say, you know, Assassin's Creed is one of those games now that they're doing annually, and it's not allowing enough time for each individual game to breathe, and some of them just feel like add-ons too. Right now. They're doing Black Flag next, which is Assassin's Creed 4.
And they're not making enough time for people to say, you know what, this was a good game. When's the next one coming out?
That's what happened with, I think Assassin's Creed 2 was the best Assassin's Creed, in my opinion. I think that 1 was really awesome, even though it was repetitive. I feel that it brought about a new atmosphere that you didn't see in other games. The whole idea of it, like being
an assassin.
Yeah, like, you know, they have cool like Splinter Cell and stuff, but it's not the same. And you have this gritty place where you really change things. And then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, you know, later, and it was so like more polished. It was refined. It was here. You know, you take the same gritty killing, but you make it just like this polished, badass feeling.
Interestingly enough, that's actually the only one that took more than a year to get out.
Yep, and that's
because they gave it the time to breathe, and people could say, you know, this game's really good, but this is the part I don't like, and that's part of the reason Call of Duty's not doing well anymore. I mean, it's still selling, and it's gonna still sell because it has a huge fanatic
media
fan base, basically. But like it's basically Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty 7, Call of Duty balls
42.
deep in a hooker, who knows? And it's like
What happened to?
they just keep releasing them, and they don't give people enough time to react to them. And when you do that, that's kind of like I said, what happened with the Final Fantasy one, because like you had 7, 8, 9, 10 all in a row, and they were good games, but like they didn't really improve as they went on. It just went from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, and then it's like, hold on a second, pause. This is kind of the stuff we wanted to see added, and then they went and made 11 and 12, and I don't know what happened, but
No,
like
it is. I don't know.
I think it's almost better when a game waits. Like between Oblivion and
Yeah.
Skyrim, there was like what 4 years or something like that.
Me and you were thinking
That
like
is a ton of time.
I was just about to say, I think the company that does that the best is Bethesda.
Is Bethesda. Oh,
I think that Bethesda, like, they have their, knots, like Brink. I personally liked Brink, but I liked it, but a lot of people didn't. And I feel like, though, Bethesda, like, as a company itself, does very well with games. Like, if they put out a game and they endorse it, like, in my mind, think
it's
that's
instantly just
that's
good.
a guarantee. This is going to be a good game. I mean, Dishonored, I haven't bought, but I want that. It looks good.
It's one of those companies that I would actually trust completely on word basis. Like if they said, "Look, we seriously put a lot of time into this. This is a good game." Like I'd be like, "All right, I'm going to buy it." But apparently Brink they didn't really do that with, and I kind of see why, because it sucked apparently. So like that makes sense, but like I don't know, like when you have a company like Bethesda who says, I have a good product here, try it out, I swear it's a good game, and it turns out it's a really good game, and then you have someone like, who is it that does Call of Duty now? I don't even know.
White Boy?
White Boy still does Call of Duty. A lot of Woody's Gamertag, White Boy, Team
No, I mean like the company that makes...
Treyarch and Sledgehammer.
So you have those two, and they say, this is the most anticipated game of all time. It's awesome. Play it.
No, they're...
And then it turns out it's just the same thing. People just kind of go, oh, I mean, all right. I mean, it looks really similar to the last one. It still doesn't have a single player, but...
Yeah, it's... There's no... It feels like filler.
Clarification, because people always rip me on this. They say, "Oh, you've never played the campaigns; they're really good." I played through both Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2's campaign. Modern Warfare 1 campaign, amazing campaign. It was great. They put a lot of time into that. The second one, that was a joke. That one was like literally the most predictable, flawed whole story I've ever seen.
Blow up the earth.
Not to mention, I had to kill a bunch of people in an airport for no reason. It didn't even. It wasn't like, oh, this is why you're doing this. It's like, oh, just go shoot up this airport. It's like,
Dude, in my mind, one of the biggest flaws in that story was like you're behind him the entire time. Why? Think of how this would have totally destroyed the entire plot of the, all Modern Warfare 2, and I would have also made Modern Warfare 3's. So imagine they're in the elevator. Remember, no Russian. You just shoot all of them right there. So what if you get shot? So what if you die? You're taking out an international terrorist. Like, I'm just saying, that's like saying, hey, do you want to kill Bin Laden, but you may or may not die if you do it? That's like, of course you do. And, we did, but, like, that's not the point. I guess what I'm trying to say.
They would say, oh, well, you were supposed to get intelligence from him, blah, 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 but...
You're about to kill how many civilians?
You're literally assisting him with a terror attack.
I know, that's like saying...
You're basically... That's like going... we're going to get some information from this guy. Okay, what's he going to do? He's going to bomb the World Trade Center. Oh, well, I'll jump co-pilot.
Yeah, exactly. That is what happened, because you end up dying in the end. And to me, it was like the biggest middle finger when I was playing that. Because I'm like, I could end this right here and now. And
I knew it was gonna happen. That was the worst part of it. Like I hadn't looked online for it or anything. It was just like I'm sitting there and I'm playing the game and I'm like, he's gonna shoot me. He's gonna shoot me.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, he's gonna shoot me. And as soon as he opened that van door, I'm like, of course. Boom, I'm dead. Great. Thanks for making me kill a bunch of people and get nothing for it.
No,
that was great.
They knew it though too. They knew that was the biggest flaw in their story, and that's why they just would not. That's what, in my opinion, makes a bad storyline. Modern Warfare 2 was my first Call of Duty, so I was into it. But it's a good storyline when it's not like one obvious thing.
When you have a giant freaking plot hole in the middle of it.
It's like playing Skyrim, and it's like the dragons are free. There's a giant tablet here that if you read, it'll make them all go away, but we're not going to read it. That's kind of how I viewed Modern Warfare 2 as. Here's the solution. We're not going to let you follow the obvious path line. I guess it just... I feel like a game has to have so many things going on that you can't just pin it on one reason. Infamous. I know this is a very exclusive example because it's only PS3. Infamous is one of my favorite storyline games. Infamous 2, and they had it so that it's when stuff went wrong, it's for so many different reasons. It's not just because oh, this happened or oh, this happened. It's because so much went down that it's not one person's fault. It's not like you could have prevented it. It was inevitable, and I don't know. That's a good story.
I've never played it.
It was good. I liked it. It's Sucker Punch.
I miss the ability to screw up in video games.
I think that can...
No. There is no game out today that is if you forget to get this item, you just can't get it the rest of the game. You're screwed. That's why, okay, Final Fantasy IX, literally one of my favorite games. It goes Final Fantasy IX, Mega Man X, and I don't know, maybe Minecraft. I don't know, Minecraft's in there somewhere. But Final Fantasy IX, I remember very vividly because the very first time I played this game all the way through, I had no idea. There's an item in this one area of the game, and if you proceed past that point too far, you can't go back there and get it. So you're just screwed. And you're missing 3 of the most powerful magic attacks in the game then. And it's I want that kind of feeling again, because when I got past that point and then I found out, no, that item's there, you just can't get it anymore. I was like, oh my God, dude, I have to play the whole game over again to do that. And I don't know, some people would probably be like, well, I mean, people don't want to play the game through again. But it kind of motivated me to go back and get it because I could get through the game without it. It wasn't you didn't get this item, you're just done, the game's over. You could still go on, but it was one of those things where it was I want to get it. I want to go back and do it just so I can get that, so I could see what I was missing. And I think that's the kind of stuff that adds replay value to games. With Skyrim, that was part of the reason I didn't see the replay value, because there's nothing really in that game that if you do it, you can't go back and kind of fix it, except for the Civil War quests. I'm pretty sure.
There's also the Thieves quest.
I don't know that one actually.
Is that the one? Are you talking about finding the little pieces all over the map?
Yeah, the little gemstones. If you
Sorry.
don't get it during that little soiree, then you can't get it again.
Yeah, I thought that was absolutely dumb. That bothers me too.
Yeah.
When it's there's a piece in an area that you can never get it once you go
can't
past.
access again.
And
Well,
I hated that. I hate that in games when they
to
make
a
it.
point, it's fine. With the Final Fantasy IX example, like I said, they just kind of you can get past the game, you can still complete it. You just missed that one point, and you can't get it again. But with that, I think that would be more classified as annoying because you could go and find every other piece except that one. and you know where it is, and you know you can't get it anymore. Like, that right there makes the quest completely undoable, and you have to basically reset your game to get it again, you know?
Yeah.
So...
All right. I don't mean to cut you guys off right here, but I'm heading out. I got to go pick up my sister, stuff like that. It was fun to be here in this first podcast, so you guys can continue, but thanks for watching on my half.
Bye, JCap. Everyone say bye, JCap.
See you later.
Bye-bye. See you guys.
Later.
All right. So yeah, no, I don't know. This has been pretty awesome. We've talked a lot about video games.
Yeah, which I'd hope for 4 gaming channels.
Well, like, I don't know.
You know what's great? Baking. You know how to make a nice cupcake?
Baking is actually really
Actually,
fun.
that just made me sound like I'm referencing Cupquake. That was not intentional.
Really good French fries in the oven for longer than what they're supposed to be in there for.
Yes.
When you get the crunchy ones,
Yep.
oh god.
It's like, put these in for 15, and you're like, all right, 20 minutes on the clock.
Oh crap, it's like 35 minutes, and I'm like, they're still not quite crispy.
I know, because then they're too soggy.
They're burnt and black.
We're actually talking about this.
Yeah, we are. That's the way the world works, brah. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Video games have changed a lot. Like, a lot of the people that watch this aren't gonna get it. Like, and it's mainly because of their age. They've been around through, like, PlayStation 2 onward. Like, me, Axe, and Aurora come from a time when, like, Super Nintendo and Nintendo and in mine and Aurora's case, Atari were out, and it's like things have changed a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, I remember literally playing like Arkanoid on a 2600. That was amazing. And now I've lived through that, and I've lived through Super Mario Brothers coming out, and well, actually, it was already out when I was a kid, but that's beside the point. I lived through the Nintendo age, I lived through the Super Nintendo age, and now we're into like these super advanced, like, you never would have expected this. Like,
yeah, this
coming
is beyond.
from that Arkanoid 2600 8-bit thing, like, you never would have seen this, like, full motion video, just complete CGI graphics. Like, there are almost no games that come out now with completely broken controls. Like, that seems to be something that's been fixed. I can think of a couple games that recently have not done too well in the control.
Like Sonic 06?
Yeah, Sonic 06. Anyway,
it wasn't entirely their fault. The
they
fans
were rushed,
demanded it.
like, I don't know, Sonic 06 is one of those things where it's like the company's working on something, it's like, we want this now, and they're like, fine, here, have it. And it was a piece, and everyone's like, what's your problem? Why does this suck so bad? It's like,
That's like the new Aether mod that's coming out. Like, I've
Aether
been
2.
watching the Aether Facebook page, and people are just screaming at them, release the mod, make a pre-release, yeah!
I feel really bad for
Jared and B-Dogs and Brand.
Yeah, I feel bad for all those guys, because, like, you know, Aether, I don't know, it just kind of, like, I mean, yeah, it was a big mod, but it kind of blew up, and now there's, like, this expectation, and luckily they're all, like, level-headed guys that, I mean, if you ever talk to any of them, they're just like, yeah, we have this idea in mind, and it keeps this almost, like, I don't want to say childlike, but creative mindset to it, if that's the right word. Like, it doesn't sound like they've
keeps them from doing a Sonic 06, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
they don't go,
doesn't sound
fine,
like...
here, have it.
It doesn't sound like they're chained by what the viewers want, or the users want, though they're aware of it.
Well,
yeah,
and
they have a good mindset for it, I guess.
They're doing it rather intelligently. They're not going, we want a pre-release, so give us a pre-release. So they go, okay, here you go. And then they go, oh, this sucks, you know?
Yeah.
They're actually only releasing the, like, alpha version to certain people.
Yeah.
Like Double and us. I don't want to say it like that, but like it's true. Like they basically made it so anyone that they kind of personally want to give it to, they will.
Yeah.
And I think that's smarter than just going, yeah, here's an alpha release where we only have one dungeon done. Because then people will be like, well, where are the other two? Why aren't you done with that? How come these are this way? And you don't want to get something done and then have to go back because certain things aren't the way they want it to be. So, like, if... Oh, God, I burped.
Wow.
If you have that alpha release... Shut up. I burped, okay? Been talking for like an hour.
How dare you be human?
And I've been drinking a lot of Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's me and you both.
It's actually Mountain Dew Code Red, but...
Mine's Voltage.
I actually got some of that. I hope it's good.
It's amazing.
Okay. Side tangent.
Yes. Tangent time?
At my school here, this stupid place that I hate, we get a meal plan per semester, and you get a certain amount of meals, and then you can buy stuff at like certain areas around the school for like meals. And there's one place that actually is kind of like a small convenience store where you can spend a certain amount of meals and get like a package of certain amount of food, you know?
Yeah.
And the last day to use the meals is Friday, actually, and I had 66 left. So I went there, and I literally had like an entire cart full, like overflowing with food. And
I don't blame you, man. That's
like I have like literally 40 bottles of Mountain Dew, and like I have 4 12-packs of some kind of soda, and I've got a bunch of SpaghettiOs and like TV dinner type things, and it's like I am literally set for the next 6 months on food.
Oh yeah.
And you should have seen the look on her face. She was so pissed off. She was like, because like every time, like to do the meals, like they have to swipe the card each time.
Oh.
And I spent all 66 at the same time.
Oh.
So she had to sit there and swipe the card 66 times.
That's...
And actually I ended up with 4 meals left over somehow. So I spent one of them there on like a smoothie, but I still got 3 meals to use tomorrow. So
Jeez.
That's going to be fun. But yeah, no, I've basically got a plastic bag full of Mountain Dew next to me, and that's kind of what I've been drinking. So
I'll tell you, one of the things about working at a grocery store is that unfortunately you're surrounded by products you want all day. And
Gushers.
Oh, dude, I haven't had Gushers in a while. That would be good. But and I've had like a rough last 2 weeks just because like we got bought out by our original company, so there's been a lot of cleaning, so it's just been like I've basically been slaving. I have to keep this G. I've been cleaning, bitch. I will. That's my one. That is my one swear jar word. This podcast.
Actually, you swore a couple other times.
What?
So that's okay.
Did I really?
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
watching it.
Yeah, I remember when they were kind of, not really. But
man.
I'll find it.
You'll find
Anyway,
them.
but yeah. Anyway,
I thought I was being pretty clean.
you were being relatively clean.
For me, I was being
For you,
pretty
yes.
clean.
If you've ever seen any of Axe's stuff with like Double or Tedious Parrot,
Oh,
or
I get bad.
who's the other guy you always do videos with?
My friend Raider?
Yeah, Raider. Oh my God, this guy, like, he turns into a huge potty mouth.
I am. It's a bad habit. I'm trying to.
It seems worse with Parrot than anyone.
Oh yeah, because Parrot just gets this thing inside of me going, and I just cuss him
whoa,
out.
Axe.
No, like I love Parrot. Like I love Parrot. Parrot's an awesome guy. I love doing videos with him, and that's why I continue to do videos with him because it's so fun. But Parrot is so good at finding that one little thing that just that one thing. Like every time we play TTT, he is a cult leader. He is able to convince an entire server to kill me within a minute. He convinces
know-
the entire server that I'm a traitor and I should be murdered every single game.
You know
And he does
yeah,
it.
he sucks.
Yeah, so Parrot's a cult leader. Just saying it now.
I don't know. I just, man, like,
I'm a potty mouth.
yeah, you are. Like, I don't know. Lately, I've kind of been thinking about the whole YouTube thing. Like, it's just been
It sounds like some life. Like, I've been thinking about
it,
life.
like
Lately.
it really is though. Like,
I know.
like I've hit the point on my channel that this might be a job for me eventually.
No,
like,
that's a viable
very
option.
well, you know, like I might end up doing this for a living, and it's like, just like, whoa, dude. Like, if you would have asked me back when I had actually less subs than you, like,
Yeah.
back when you were doing videos with Double and I was just like trying to get known.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, dude, like,
No,
I
I
don't-
know. I know. It's
like,
it's-
just in 6 months, like, how much has actually changed? Like, I've gained 10,000 subscribers in 6 months. That's insane.
no, it is, and in a good. Luckily, it's going towards you, which I feel is somebody who understands the importance of YouTube. If that, I'm sounding very kiss up, but what I mean is that there are
He loves
some people who get just blown up, and
and they
they
don't
don't
appreciate it.
appreciate it. They don't know what they really have. They don't really understand what making YouTube videos is about, and
I know
it's
a couple
annoying
people
to see.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to name any names, but like,
Yeah. I'm not
it's
gonna
someone
get
who gets like attached to a really big YouTuber
and
and
then
gets completely blown out of proportion,
goes
and then
to
they're
their
just like,
head.
well, I deserve these subs because I hang out with this guy. Like,
or you
I've
know
tried
just-
my best because I know all of my success is because of Jevin, Sam, and Double.
yeah,
like,
you know, for me,
Literally, those guys are the whole reason I'm big. And Coco,
Coco gave you attention.
I love Coco's butt. He loves mine. But like, I've tried my very best to kind of say, you know, yes, I'm getting my name out by these guys, but I have my own content, and I kind of try to push that a little bit more than my dual comms. I don't want to just do dual comms. I do have, like, I have a lot of survival series, which I need to start actually doing again. Which, since my roommate's gone now, yeah, I won't have to worry about it. Tomorrow, 3 videos. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what I said. But I don't know. Like, I've tried my very best to say, you know, I do this and also this, you know, and I to an like, I think you do that quite a bit, actually. Like, you do a lot of dual comms and stuff, but at the same time, you're like, well, I got Team Fortress Friday, and I got just my commentaries when I'm just doing whatever, and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't see you as just like, you know, the guy
Double's
who's doing
friend
videos
or-
with Double, you know?
Yeah,
Same thing with Parrot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see Parrot as the guy who did a bunch of videos with Double. I see him as Parrot.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important, you know, as long as you have your own thing. And I think acknowledging who has helped you and not letting that go to your head. Because, like, one of the biggest things I think, and I don't mean to compare YouTube fame to actual fame, but it is in a way close.
Oh, it's incredibly close.
Yeah, and
It's all a popularity contest.
And I
is what
think
it
one of the
is.
biggest things that people have to deal with when they get attention in general is their ego. And if you're able to spar with your ego, and if you're able to beat it, then you become, I think at least, a successful celebrity or whatever your official title is. Because I feel like, you know, egos, it's good to have self-esteem, but, like, I don't like people with egos, like, that think I'm all that. And I very rarely, even if, like, I'll joke in videos from time to time and, like, say stuff, but, like, I never, like, think I'm a hot shot or a big shot or anything like that, you know? I use total sarcasm. Like, I've never in a video just been like, yeah, I'm a big deal on YouTube, you know? I'm not. I just make videos and I put them up and people seem to enjoy them. And so I
Okay.
think if you keep a humble mind, you're going to be successful. At least
I
in
am
my opinion.
humble 99.9% of the time.
You do
but,
have to give yourself a tiny pat in the back now and again.
But
I mean,
when someone's like, if I'm like in some Team Fortress game and someone's like, yeah, well, you're nobody, blah, blah, blah. My YouTube channel has 500 subscribers. Then
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, well, you know.
I
And, like, I don't want to be that guy, but like every now and then I think I know it's not necessarily a good thing to be like, oh, I
Sub
got
count.
more subscribers than you, I'm really popular on YouTube, whatever. But I think at the same time, when you have people being rude like that, when you have people just being completely just
have
out
no
there,
idea what
you
they're
have to
talking about.
kind of, you just kind of gotta,
Fight fire with fire.
well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to say stoop to their level, but like, sometimes you gotta do
little
that. Like,
reality wake up, like you're really not as big as you think you are.
well, exactly.
And like I don't think I'm big,
Like-
and I like I don't
Yeah,
mean this
but I
in
mean, like, if
insulting
somebody
manner.
said, "Hey, you're a nobody," blah blah blah, whatever. Your YouTube channel probably has like 2 people. Mine has 500. You'd probably be like, actually.
See, like I'm kind of weird as to where I
else.
just would kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know what I'd do in that situation. If I was in a game of TF2, because I get recognized in TF2. If I was in a game of TF2 and I put up my YouTube spray, someone's like, lol, probably a bad YouTube. I'd probably just like, knowing me, because I'm all weird, I'd probably just be like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I wouldn't go there if I was
I
you.
do that all the time.
And like, or
It's
you
like,
know, if they like start bragging, it's
"Trusty,
like
your
I have
channel
500
sucks."
subs.
Yeah,
I just kind of be like, that's nice, and like I don't know. To me, I don't talk sub count ever.
Don't often like
I
you
don't-
really have to push me. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like, oh, your channel sucks. I'm usually like, yeah, I'd put up pretty bad videos. But if it's like, yeah, nobody would ever subscribe to you, you're the worst thing ever, and I saw your channel, blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, so how many subs did you see? 10.
Yeah,
Oh, sure, you tried the right link there.
yeah.
But I don't like being that guy. But every now and then, I think when people are being completely just rude for no other reason to be rude, you got to kind of gloat a little bit, because it kind of just says to them, yes, you can be that troll and you can do what you want, but here's the reality of the situation. Like, I
Yeah.
think sometimes, like, I've had people just like be completely rude in even the comments of my videos and stuff, and a lot of that you end up chalking up to just they're either jealous
Yeah.
or they just and I think a lot of it is this: it's their channel, they do the same thing I do or someone else does, and their channel hasn't blown up yet and they don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm weird, and I've had this. Like, and I keep saying I'm weird because I'm not a normal situation when it comes
X
to
is
how
weird.
I am. I'm really weird. Like, as a person, and how I now react to stuff like that. I used to in the past. Like, if people really pushed me, or if people really got under my skin, like especially in like comments or stuff, I wouldn't. I knew that retaliating with a negative comment back would not fix anything and only make other people see that they can get under my skin. And I didn't really know what to do. And then now, my approach is just like, I don't think anybody's worthless as a person, but I feel that some people are, in my eyes, worthless in my existence. If that sounds really like...
I know what you're trying to say, and I'll clarify it because it does sound really.
It sounds
bad.
like I'm really, I'm into myself.
douche.
But yeah.
No, really, what it comes down to is it's something like when you have to do YouTube and you have to put yourself out there every single day. When you have a flood of hate comments, like no matter what you do, you could put the cutest cat video in the world up every single day. People would still find a way to start hating on you because that's what the internet's about. It's about people being anonymous enough that they think they can hide behind and bully other people. You have to have a very, very thick skin. Like a lot of the time, it seems like myself or Jevin are ignoring people, And it's really not. It's just we can't process a zillion comments like every single day. That would drive us insane. So we have to kind of filter out what we do, and we have to pick our battles. So when someone comes on our video and says, "Oh, you're fat, you're ugly, we hate your gut, you're stupid, da da da, your videos suck, whatever," 9 times out of 10, I just block them because it's just like, I don't feel like getting into it. I don't want to do it.
I just don't think those people are worth my energy like that.
No, usually they're not. That's why it's like I'm just gonna block them.
That's what I mean. Like if I ever, like someone, let's say, comes to my channel, they're like, "Wow, you're so bad at this." Like in one, what they say, I don't really care about, not because I don't care about them, but just I know how people think, in the sense that if I reply to that in a negative way, if I ignore them, that's fine if you ignore them. If you reply to them back or, bite them back, whatever. But what I find, which is like worked and kind of to my surprise, is that I just reply with like not insanely positive, but just something totally random back at them. Like, I had one guy who was just like, you're an asshole or this or, that. And like, I just like send him a little heart and I'm like, have a nice day. Or, just something like really random. Just like I like your avatar heart, and then like they don't know what to do. It's like, what? And people then just kind of like, it just diffuses the situation instantly, and it's just kind of like, oh, what? And I don't know. I guess that just like people who constantly hate or come on specifically for reasons just don't matter to me. Like in my eyes and what I care about in this world, they are not on that list. And so, if someone's nice to me, I care about that so much. But if someone's just going to be mean, then it's like, you're kind of nothing in my eyes. Like, as far as
no
conflict.
Matter what, there's going to be that kind of cognitive dissonance there where it's like, no matter what, some people just come on looking to start a fight. And it'll be like, "Oh, your channel sucks, blah, blah, blah." They want you to fight with them. And 9 times out of 10, it's like, whatever. I can't deal. Like, if I fought every single battle like that, it's just not going to work. If I did that, I would not be doing YouTube still. Because there's been a lot of people that have been really rude. Like, even the other day, I had someone go on my very first face cam video, which was well over 8 months ago, saying that I was fat. And it's like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna block them and whatever. But every now and then I have the one that actually does get to me is when people comment unsub, because that means that you dislike my content, which is fine. I mean, people are entitled to their opinions. But that means that you took the time to go on that video and say, I'm unsubbing, but you didn't leave a reason. Like, it's just unsub. Why? Did I say something that offended you? Or you just generally don't like my content? Or what? And most of the time I'll ask for a reason, or I will say, something to the effect of, well, that's fine, but just don't, comment it. Like, there's no really like, if you want to unsub, that's fine, but don't, try and make an issue out of it. And when you get someone who's like, the last guy I called out on that, he said something to the effect of, well, there's a reason you don't get 200,000 views a video, you just don't have it. And it's like, I also don't have 200,000 subs. So if every one of them is watching every single video once, I would get 10,000 some odd views. That's kind of the way it works. But it's feasible for me to get 200,000 views per video at this point. And like, he was just kind of doing that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't know, you got to kind of pick and choose, and I think a lot of people don't realize that, especially the people who are just starting out. They get one negative comment or one dislike, and they just kind of like go into shock, like everything. How, and I used to do that. I'm not saying I didn't. I did, like, all the time. it would be like I'd get one dislike on a video. I'd be like, oh my God, what did I do? I did something wrong. Now, like, I get like 4 dislikes per video because I have people that are following me just to dislike my videos. But, you know, that happens. And I don't know, if you're starting a YouTube channel, my best advice to you is to kind of just shrug off the hate, because you're going to have to get used to that if you do plan on making it bigger in YouTube, because you're going to get bombarded with it. There's not a day that I don't see at least one comment that is hate. And, you know, it just happens. You got to kind of shrug it off and go on with your life, you know? The one I've been getting lately is, you never put up videos anymore. What happened? It's not really hate, but it's kind of like, you know, it's something I don't really want to deal with just because it's not something that I can just fix. And I couldn't, but now I can. But I couldn't just fix it and then be good. But I don't know. I think...
I don't know. If you're starting a YouTube channel, you should want to make videos because you enjoy making videos. And
Yes.
for, you know, because if you don't, I don't know, for me, I can get off a hard day of work or a hard week and I'm exhausted and I'm like, I kind of want to record Skyrim. I want to, you know, do a commentary on this. And if I didn't have that drive, I wouldn't care about YouTube. So you have to want to make videos because you want to make videos. And you have to just kind of care about the people who care about your videos. And if it's constructive criticism, think about it and reflect on it. But if it's just, you suck, boo, those people just aren't worth the energy and time. And in the end, they want you, by putting that comment in there, they want you to get a reaction. They want you to be like, I'm not bad, and then like prove this point. And if you just kind of ignore them or just really not acknowledge their, you know, like, nice try, pat on the head, suddenly they're nothing. Like, their entire structure of power they thought they had isn't there anymore.
Or you could do what I usually do, and if someone says, oh, this sucks, I usually ask them why. And then they just say, because it just sucks. And it's like...
Yeah, that too.
But,
you know, like,
but why? Like, I want a feasible answer. Like, I mean, I don't think it's too much to ask if someone genuinely
I think
dislikes
it
your
is.
video to go, hey, what didn't you like about it specifically? Because if I go to a video and I'm like, I don't like this video, usually after like a couple seconds of reflection, I can go, I didn't like it because of this here, or something they said here, or something going on here. If you have someone who's just trying to start a fight, they'll go, this sucks, and then you'll be like, why? And they're like, I don't know, it just sucks, you know? And that completely invalidates their argument, and then they feel bad because they can't troll you anymore because they have no ammunition.
I don't know. I feel like some people who troll don't need reasons. Like, I feel like if I was to ask some people, like, why are you trolling, like, why are you disliking, it just, that's not even on their radar. Like, they have no reason.
Like,
It's just like, I just don't like your video. And so
like
that's why I'm just kind of like, okay, bye. Like, you know, later.
Oh, and I should probably say as a disclaimer, don't take this as like the absolute best way to do YouTube. Obviously, none of us here are really that big in YouTube. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like,
I think it's
take
a
it all with a
genuine
grain of
approach,
salt.
though. I think it's a genuine approach.
It's probably the best advice we could give, because I do get that question a lot. Like, how do you make it in YouTube? And really, it comes down to who you know. It comes down to who you get lucky to know.
Yeah, a lot of YouTube is if you do quality and then the luck is getting recognized. Because, you know how many people want to be a musician? You know how many people are actually, like, big title musicians?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it all comes down to being in the right place at the right time, or just doing stuff. And it's kind of a sad way to view it, especially, like, in the world of where, you know, we have tutorials for, you know, how to do this. Here's the step-by-step to complete this. But at the end of the day, it's all kind of just down to who got the good hand. And It sucks because there are people who put a lot of effort into their videos who deserve a lot more, but but don't get what they deserve, and there are people who put almost no effort into their videos who get more than they take for granted what they have.
And I think that's kind of the way YouTube is set up, and just
That's how any fame is set up.
yeah,
you know,
pretty much. I mean,
if you're there at the right time, you can do well. I don't know. Well,
not saying that you should spam the heck out of a bigger YouTuber and be like,
that does absolutely
recognize
nothing.
me.
That does nothing. That actually backfires on you. If that's your attempt, not to discourage people, because I know the state of mind you're in when you want to do that. You're like, well, I need to get my name out there, so maybe if I put this on another video, I know it's going to get hate, but maybe that one person will see it, and, because otherwise, how am I going to get my name out there? Right. And it just comes down to, maybe finding a third place to put it, a community to get involved with, something. And sadly, it's just not that easy. I got lucky. The first channel I was with people does well, but it was only because I knew Ryan. It opened up this world it opened up this world to me that I wouldn't have had if I had just done this solo. And that's just reality. And I'm so appreciative for it every single day.
Oh God, I think all of us are. It's just
it's just humbling, some of the stuff you get from people. It's like, I just put up a video,
Part of the, actually, I think the best part of my day is waking up, going to the comment box in my YouTube inbox, and just going through and checking, seeing what people have written me. And I've gotten some stuff where it's been just the usual comments first, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then you get every now and then you get one comment that it's oh my God. When I did my last live stream, my question answer live stream, that was a 3-hour video, give or take, I'm pretty sure. And I had people say I was watching the whole thing, and then I realized 3 hours had gone by. That stuff is oh my God.
That's good.
That's literally one of the best feelings in the world, when you can provide so much entertainment to somebody like that. Mm-hmm. It's just, there's nothing that beats it. Well, that or somebody did once message me saying that I saved their life inadvertently. Because Jevin and I were streaming, and then they ended up skipping out on going out with their friends, and their friend's car was actually hit by another one, and they all died. Oh. And it was something that hit me, and I was like, holy crap, dude. I could actually make a difference in people's lives.
It's if you put out a good video, just one good video, people will just open up to you.
Suicide one on your channel.
Not even that one. Yes, but
that one was good.
Thanks. People did open up, but I still think back to my Life is Weird video, or just in general Team Fortress Friday. I still get messages weekly about asking for advice, about what to do here, about how I've changed people's lives, and it's just, to me, it makes me almost sit back and just be like, I don't deserve this. Even though, I'm putting in so much work and energy and thought into this thing, I just don't feel that, I deserve that.
I think once you pass a threshold, I don't think you ever sit down and think, yeah, I actually deserve this. When I hit 1,000, I didn't think I deserved it. Now that I'm at what I am now, it's oh my God, there's no way.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm ever going to get just numb to it. I don't, some people who have done it longer have said that you just kind of get numb to it after a while. I don't think I am. And that might be a really naive statement to make, but I just feel when I see those numbers go up, to me, it's every individual person. It's not just a click on a screen. To me, it's that many individual people just looked at me. Or
well, if you do get used to it, you stop caring. You stop putting in effort because, it's just another video. People are going to watch it. But
it's just another account.
And then
sub to me.
YouTube kind of becomes its own video game. How do I get subs to go up faster? How do I get more views? How do I get this?
Actually, once you hit that top 1% of video makers, like, it doesn't even matter. If, and I say this just because he's the first one who comes to mind, but if PewDiePie decided to stop making videos today, it wouldn't matter. He would still get tons of money and tons of subscribers per day.
From his past revenue. He's done that. He's
No,
gone
just
on...
because the way YouTube's set up. Every video gamer out there has PewDiePie in their sub box or in their recommended box. And it's not because, you know, he's really that related. It's because you play video games, he plays video games, so they throw him in there. You never see someone with less than like 1 million subscribers in the recommended box. So all of those people just constantly get subs. And that's kind of a flaw with YouTube, because like they just kind of advertise whoever's big, and it's like they don't really care about the content. Like PewDiePie could put out a video today saying that YouTube was the worst invention ever and everyone who watches YouTube is an idiot. They would still promote that. And that's just the way it's set up. Like, they want the big people to get bigger because that gets them more ad revenue. I don't know why they wouldn't want to help out the smaller channels, so then they would get revenue from them as well, but I don't know. I guess I just don't quite understand it. There's probably like a business model behind it, but I don't know. I think it's weird that they don't try to assist the smaller YouTubers
and everything
rather
you do,
than big ones, you know.
In everything you do, there's always going to be a VIP club, you know. There's always going to be people who want to be in this exclusive little hold, you know, of people, that importance, and that's not going to change. I don't think really ever. You know, people are always going to want to feel like they're special. And I feel that from a business standpoint, it's less about the person and more about the money every single day.
It's always going
it's just money.
Capitalism at work.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, this podcast got depressing.
And with that, we've been on for like a long
2
time.
2 hours almost, yeah.
Jeez,
so we should probably wrap it up. But any final thoughts, you guys, before we say goodbye?
I don't know. Talked about video games, talked about company, we talked about stuff. I thought it was good.
It's a pretty long thing. All right, here to end the podcast, we will do kind of our last thoughts on YouTube channels.
That's a long topic.
just
a brief final statement.
Your brief final statement on getting noticed on YouTube.
Be different, be unique, do what you like, do what you love, and I don't know, just try to get involved.
Be honest with yourself when you can.
Yeah, don't be someone you're not. That's a bad way.
My biggest advice out of everything ever is to stay available, because you never know who you might actually hate right now, who might end up being your best friend.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly what happened with me and Jevin.
You didn't like Jevin?
When we were doing Fancraft, I despised Jevin because he liked a bunch of videos that were like, Fancraft is the worst thing ever, and I was putting all the work in, so it kind of was like a shot at me. But then, like, I kept helping him after Fancraft died because he was setting up servers and stuff, and now we're like the best friends ever.
Nice.
And that, you know, like, you never know
who
could, you know, be your best friend.
Yep.
So
I mean, I was never I'll put it to you this way for those who are starting out. This will be really quick. I never have had bad blood with anyone like through the YouTubes, but I watched Ryan Double Mr. 360 Games. I watched him back on Machinima doing Modern Warfare 2 montages 3 years ago. And now I talk to him nearly every day, make videos with him, and play with the guy. You have no idea what's going to happen to you if you do this. It sometimes, for the most part, it probably won't be like our situation. But if it is, dang. I mean, I used to just watch this guy's videos all the time, and suddenly I'm like
hanging out with him.
Yeah, I'm his friend. And it's like, what? You know, it's gonna go a lot of different places. So don't ever like just count people out. Just be honest and enjoy
don't
what you
give up.
Yep.
Do not ever give up. That is the worst thing to do.
Yep.
The second you give up, the second you're gonna fail. So keep at it.
Like I've been friends with Double since like November,
Yeah.
and it was just by chance. Like he just Krusty just happened to add him to the call when I was in a call with him.
Then Aurora was like,
That's
I
how
was just
I
like,
met
hi,
Krusty.
and I was nice. I was calm. I didn't like.
don't
don't
fanboy
freak
out
out.
on people. Oh my god, that is like my
The
biggest
worst.
pet peeve whenever I see someone and they're like, Krusty! It's like, I'm a real person.
Are you
Sorry.
recording?
Oh my god.
Never. Okay, this will be like the final statement.
Okay, final thought. This is all I get.
Or
If you ever from some stroke of miracle get into a lobby or a game with a YouTuber that you enjoy, never ask, are you recording?
Because we won't put it up. I promise you that.
And even if like we will just not like you anymore,
Or we just won't record it. Like,
Yeah.
because
it is the most annoying question you can.
it's not annoying. It's rude.
To me, it is so annoying when somebody's
Because
like, "Are you recording? Are you
that
recording?"
means you see me as a camera, not as a person. And I
Yeah,
am,
to me, it's like, does it matter? Like,
like, even if you're hoping secretly that we're recording, just play it cool. Be like, all right, cool. I'll
Yeah.
play a game with you, Krusty Mustard.
yeah.
Not, hey, Krusty, are you recording this TF2 match? I don't play TF2.
And the funny
for
thing is that it's
channel.
always R, the letter R, the letter
Yeah.
U, and the recording. Every time. It is never spelt out fully. It is always abbreviated. I've never seen anyone ask that question and have it all the way spelled out.
Oh, Lord.
like,
All right.
like one day I would like to play a game of TF2 with Axe, whether he's recording or not. I don't care. I'll just. Play.
I just jump in his lobby. I
Yeah,
don't
he
even
did-
care.
he did today.
I did that earlier today. He was playing on a randomizer
was
server, and I'm just like, "Hey, what you doing, X? Are you recording?
I
What are you
was-
doing?" He's
I
like,
was
"Leave me alone." And then he left the game, jerk.
I didn't. It just wouldn't assign me to the team. It was weird.
But yeah,
Oh,
no,
well.
that was weird. But anyway, this is going to be a pain in the butt to edit and upload because it is
Have fun.
about 1.5 hours long now. So yeah, so I think we should probably say goodbye to everyone, and hopefully here's to the next podcast.
Thank you
so-
for joining us on BlockTalk this week. We'll be back soon and talking about more things to come. This has been Axe saying goodbye. That's just my outro. You guys can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh God.
I just did that for you.
Okay, bye everybody.
Yeah.